Chapter 93. Mea Culpa. Riel chooses to stay in the guest room until Hyun-ki leaves. Noemi brought her breakfast and told her the mister had not come down yet. Hearing of Hyun-ki's voice calling for Riel, Noemi quickly left Riel's bedroom and locked the door. "Could I see my wife now?" Hyun-ki was bold in his persistence. "I'm sorry, sir, but I told you." Hyun-ki covered Noemi's mouth with his hand to shut her up and knocked on the door. "Come on, Riel, talk to me please. Let us settle this issue. Give me a chance to explain." Riel didn't budge and, instead, put the AirPods onto her ear and listened to music. Hyun-ki got angrier. He tried to push the door so he could enter but failed. Hyun-ki gave up and left frustrated and more enraged. On his way to the garage, Junie met him and asked, "Where will I drive you, sir?" "Stay here. Riel might need a driver. Use the Maybach van, and I'll drive my Lexus," Hyun-ki said in a loud tone. As soon as he left, Riel left the room, then took a stroll into the garden to breathe. Hyun-ki was on his way to work when he thought of Riel's condition and said, "It's been a while since I went with her for a checkup, and I never mind asking how she was doing." Hyun-ki felt disturbed and guilty, and he drove to the hospital to see Dr. Korea. "What brings you here, Mr. Han? Is Riel alright?" "That's what I want to ask about, doctor. I've been neglectful about her condition and have not even gone with her for her checkups. I wondered if her conceiving was going well." Her assistant insisted on keeping her free from stress and tension, which would risk her pregnancy. "Is Riel really in a risky condition, doctor?" "Riel could be at risk if she continues to be stressed. As far as I can see, Mr. Han, Riel feels lonely and sad, even if she doesn't show these emotions. Because Riel always comes here alone. I thought she struggled to keep herself happy. This could be seen in her eyes. As much as I would want to ask where her husband was, I couldn't, because she may only sink into despair. So, I recommended she listen to music, since that would also be better for the baby in her womb. And if she feels lonely, she has to caress her baby and talk to it. That way, it will ease her mind off things that could bring her stress or tension." It was like she had someone to talk to. Hyun-ki cringed and covered his face with his hands, as if he wanted to cry. Dr. Korea added, "She is near her 8th month, Mr. Han. There's still time to make up for the lost time that you should have spent with her. Make her happy. Let her feel and know that she is not alone in caring for the child in her womb. Your child needs your touch and your voice to hear. That way, you help nourish your baby to be born healthy and happy. Be a responsible husband, so you will become your child's reliable and caring father once he is born." Hyun-ki rose from his seat and shook hands with the doctor. "Thank you, Dr. Korea, for opening my eyes. Indeed, I was neglectful and selfish. I will become more attentive to Riel this time, and it is better late than never." Dr. Korea smiled and gave a thumbs up. Hyun-ki turned his car back to their residence, and while on his way, he saw a flower shop, so he decided to stop by and buy a bouquet. He was looking for the best compliment to give when he also saw balloons, so he asked for a flower arrangement with a balloon. Hyun-ki felt so pleased with the gift he bought for Riel. Everyone at home was nervously surprised when they saw Hyun-ki return, and with him was a gift. As he got off the car, Noemi, who was about to warn Riel about Hyun-ki's return, didn't budge, but instead got so amazed, and everyone among the staff was so happy. Noemi led Hyun-ki to the garden, where Riel sat inside the covered swing. Her back was against Hyun-ki, and she was in deep thought when Hyun-ki touched her shoulder, making her flinch when she saw Hyun-ki. Then, he faced her, and with the flower arrangement in his hands, Riel was amazed, making her eyes wide and covering her mouth with her hands. She expressed all over Hyun-ki's gesture. The bouquet was more complex. It was a small rounded form, and the lavender flowers were surrounded intricately by Hershey kisses with rosebuds. In the middle of the arrangement was a card with "I miss my wife and baby so much." Then Hyun-ki handed a giant balloon with words saying, "I love you, Riel, my wife." This scene didn't escape Junie and Noemi. Out of gladness, they took a video of this beautiful moment. Then, they asked the couple to pause for more pictures, which both Riel and Hyun-ki obliged willingly. Secretly, Junie passed on the video to Hwan-chul, who, in turn, was overwhelmed with gladness. Having seen the video sent to him, he thought of putting the footage on the television screen surrounding the entire mall, because of his worry about Hyun-ki's foolishness. He knew this would become an attraction to every employee and shopper, serve greatly as an advertisement to inspire those mothers and fathers to be. Then, Chul posted the proposal and wedding footage of Hyun-ki and Riel to advertise their jewelry and wedding ensembles. Furthermore, in his thoughts, as an insight for Rosemary Lee to shake her conscience, all mall employees were in awe when they saw the video. They were thrilled by Hyun-ki's gesture to his wife, and everyone talked about it. Rosemary, curious about the spreading talks about the video, went out to see for herself. She felt disappointed and hurt when she recalled Hyun-ki telling her he was drunk and that he would come in late, so she had to take a cab instead. Rosemary was mad. She was furious at Riel for taking Hyun-ki's attention back to her. She was angry and disappointed in Hyun-ki for lying to her. He was not drunk, so he won't be late to work. Instead, he thought of spending a day with Riel. She became uneasy about this video. When she returned to her post, the division head noticed her dark face, and knowing secretly about her affair with the CEO, she smirked secretly. The division head, Mrs. Oria, took notice of her looks and said, "What makes you angry, Rosemary? Did your husband do something wrong?" she asked. "Oh, not that. I have some worries of my own," Rosemary said. "I see. I heard from Mr. Han's secretary, Nui, that Sir Han would hold his office at his residence, both for the K-Mall and the Core H&H, until his wife gives birth." Why did he?" she shouted angrily, then stopped, noticing everyone's eyes were fixed on her curiously. Then she stepped back and went to her post. She sat on her chair, wanting to scream in anger, but kept it inside her. Previously, at the Han residence, Hyun-ki tried to appease his wife and begged for forgiveness for his irresponsible attitude, shortcomings, and negligence of his duty as a husband. However, deep in Riel's thoughts, she was disappointed because he never admitted how he truly felt about Rosemary. But to ease things out between them, she forgave him. She was glad about Hyun-ki's gesture to please her, especially the announcement he made during his call to his brother, Hwan Chul. "I am transferring my office here in the meantime, Chul, both for the KORH&H, as well as the K-Mall. I must be with my wife 24/7. So, I need my staff and secretaries to work with me here. And I will also hold meetings here, and the clients who wish to see me must come to my residence." Hwan Chul was exuberant. "I am so delighted with your decision, my brother. My support will always be for you and my sister-in-law. I'll announce this immediately, and surely, your secretaries will get excited, because they will be with Riel again daily." Hyun-ki had never left Riel since then. His attention and his presence were always with her. They sometimes sat in the covered swing, and Riel loved laying her head on Hyun-ki's shoulder. During the day, the couple would picnic on the ground, and Riel lay on the blanket, basking on the sunshine while still mild. Sometimes Hyun-ki would lay his head on Riel's lap, and sharing the AirPods on each of their ear, listening to music. Hyun-ki gave happy moments for Riel's delight and peace of mind. While at work, he let Riel work with him and his secretaries just like in the old times, and just watching them together so happily, there never was a dull moment. One could feel envied by the sweetness Hyun-ki was giving Riel. Every night, the couple enjoys their togetherness. Both were always in each other's arms, talking about anything under the sun and sometimes discussing Hyun-ki's work, with Riel suggesting some matters to Hyun-ki, making him so amazed by his wife's intelligent suggestions and comments, telling her she should return to her usual post as soon as she is able after delivery. Most of the time, Hyun-ki was making up for the moments he deprived of Riel, their romance. He was so careful in having romantic moments with Riel. Sometimes, both laughed at their awkward moments, caressing Riel's belly to appease the baby every time it kicked. One busy morning in Hyun-ki's study, his temporary office, Rosemary called. At that moment, when the phone rang, Riel was handling Hyun-ki's phone for essential calls from KORH&H to the K-Mall. How would Riel react to learning that Rosemary was on the line?